So this is Brendan Fraser. This is the film that's been getting all the talk for his Oscar nominations, for all the other nominations, Golden Globes. This is based on a stage play, and what's going on in this is Brendan Fraser plays this English professor who has ballooned in weight to 600 pounds, is a shut-in, and it follows the course of basically his final days, him trying to come to terms with, you know, his failed marriage, his estranged daughter, played by Sadie Sink, who people will know from Stranger Things, and also as well the fact that he is, you know, gotten to this stage in his life. There's been a huge backlash to this film over the fact that Brendan Fraser is, you know, wearing a fat suit in it, and also, like, a lot of people are claiming that the film is fat-phobic. I agree with that, to be honest. I mean, I do agree with that, I have to say, because I saw this film, and, like, the way that it's done in it is that, you know, when you see him eating, like, they really kind of, like, turn up the sound and they make it all that kind of wet kind of noise of him chewing, and the music almost turns into a horror film. So, like, the film is supposed to be about, you know, the shame that he feels and the grief that he feels for losing his partner and for his life kind of being a mess. But then it makes you be disgusted by him. It wants you to kind of look at him in a sort of, like, you're supposed to be reviled by him. Which is very, very confusing, you know, that sort of way. Like, you're supposed to feel empathy for him, but then at the same time, it wants you to be disgusted by him. So
like, you're nearly going, oh, it's your own fault, and you're like, look at you, and you're like...
Yeah. And, like, you know, like, the director of this, Darren Aronofsky, like, he's known for making films that are really, really extreme, like Requiem for a Dream. Yeah, and that film messed people up, and rightfully so. But even further to that, like, you know, you have The Wrestler, that one with Mickey Rourke, like, and that's really about people who put their bodies on the line and all the rest of it. Brendan Fraser...
Fountain.
And The Fountain,
underrated. I love that
weird film.
Yes.
But Brendan Fraser is brilliant in it. Like,
right,
he absolutely...
and that's why he's nominated for the Oscar.
Yeah, and if it was just him and it was another director and it didn't have all those problems, I'd be saying this is brilliant and you should go out and watch it. But I would say that this is a brilliant performance inside something really, really terrible.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
It's really that bad. Like, I mean, it really put me off the film. Like, I thought Brendan Fraser was brilliant in it. I thought everyone else was brilliant in it. But the way that it handled his character and the way that it made you to be disgusted by him was so confusing, like, and so bad, like, you know, that kind of way. Like,
that's really interesting. So great performances, cast great.
Yeah.
Bad movie.
Bad movie.
Stars?
Bad. 2 out of 5.
2.
Yeah. And like the two are all Brendan Fraser and the cast.
And we know that Hollywood loves a comeback story. So let's take a look at Brendan Fraser in the Whale and see if he's going to win an award.
You're an amazing person, Ellie. I couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter.
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
You don't stay in touch with Mom?
She really only tells me things about you.
Why?
Because that's all I want to know about.
Why'd you gain all that weight?
Someone close to me passed away, and it had an effect on me.
You haven't seen her since she was 8 years old, and you're gonna reconnect with her?
Sorry.
I don't like this. This isn't a good idea.
I'm sorry.
Then, is it?
Yeah,
like, the
I mean,
makeup
like,
is very good that he looks like that.
Yeah, it does. Like, he was in a fat suit, and like does have all the makeup. Yeah, I mean, it is like, but again, it's that thing of when it shows him doing all that kind of stuff, like, it's done in such a way that you are meant to be disgusted by him, which is just really problematic, I think.
So he hasn't seen his daughter Sadie Sink for 8 years.
Yeah, for 8 years.
Right,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
And he's gay, and this is the whole thing. He's gay, but he had a brief marriage to Samantha Morton's character.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Is he going to win the Oscar for it?
Yeah,
because
I'd say so.
Oh, do you?
Right.
Over Colin Farrell and the rest?
Yeah, I'd be pretty certain. Because you were talking about it, it's a comeback story. Like.
It's a comeback story of Brendan Fraser, who has tried to talk about the abuse he suffered in Hollywood, the sexual abuse that he suffered in Hollywood, and he was shut down and he was shut out of the industry for so long.
Yeah.
Really?
So So
he alleges that he was sexually assaulted by the president of the Hollywood Foreign Press Association, which is over the Golden Globes. And it happened like 2003. He did an interview with Mark Maron a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about it. And like, it's still clearly very, very fresh for him. Like, it was 20 years ago, and he still remembers it vividly. Like.
Which I think for any survivor of abuse is like it's always there in your brain.